Session 30.
Big
Session
3-0.
30, guys. Welcome to Ghost of Saltmarsh.
We got there. We made it. We're all still
it.
alive.
Soon the sessions will surpass our ages.
Not long for me.
Would you like to give us a recap of last session, please?
Sure thing. So, last we left off, we returned from our mission to scope out the Sauergen lair. Oh shit, hang on. We had, after meeting the Captain Pollard and not liking how that went, we decided to pursue the Scarlet Brotherhood lair, and we staged a fallout of the Mr. Men. We started with Scarrig in his forge. Styles stormed off to the pub, and Picard and Ozzy left in the street. A little bit confused as to whether they had fallen out or not. Scarrig, upon reaching his forge, saw Gavin and Davin being confronted by the local guards, ordering them to pay extra tax. Scarrig, being the pacifist he is, paid up and sent them on their way. Styles was in the bar, the pub, and witnessed the local guards come in and restrain or grapple a man and pull him away. And who is it? Helen, the person. Hannah said that, much like what Gellin had already expressed, that the town's getting shaken up by the guard and the King's men. For too long, it's been a safe haven for smugglers and the ilk. So yeah, he got dragged off, and then Picard and Styles decided to embrace the falling out of the gang and go to the pub, but realised that the empty net was closed with a sign on the door saying that he was skipping, that he was ill, I think he said. And we're back. Ozzy and Picard went to the empty net. Saw a sign on the door that said, he's sick. That was it. I nearly fluffed it up again. And Picard showed off his new trick of walking on water and went round the back, shouted up through the window, got hoisted up.
He's
while
done
Ozzy...
it many times before with us.
Has he?
Yeah, we used to walk on the goat on the water.
Couple times, yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, good. Well, the way whatever. Yeah, he got hoisted up and was speaking to the guy, and while Ozzy was unsuccessfully ramming the door at the front, he explained again, like Gellin and the others before him, that the traditionalists in the town are getting routed up and by the King's men, and it's not good for them. Need to lie low. But he's skipping town. All of his stuff is stolen and dodgy. Then we left there and bumped into Styles on the bridge, pulled him into an alley, and discussed the plan. They pretended to ruffle each other up a bit. They discussed Scarrig's blood and hand obsession as well. And they left the alleyway by Styles ramming Ozzy into the water below the bridge. Made a bit of a ruckus to show that we've fallen out and went our separate ways again. We met Scarrig at the forge, explained the plan, and Styles headed to the Crabber's Cove to make peace with the Brotherhood and offer himself up to them, his services. The leader there, he met a big crab and he also didn't check a trapdoor for traps, even though it's in the name trapdoor. And the leader said, "Yeah, great, you can join. Bring your buddies to come here and die." Styles was like, "Easy, I can do that." So we all met up again, informed of the plan, and yeah, we headed back to the Crabber's Cove. Ozzy invisible. They went down. They fucked shit up, as we always do. Lobbed off heads, as Spikeheart always does. Chopped off hands. Siphoned blood. Got a little bit of information. We know, what we assume, that the Brotherhood goes all the way up, all the way to the top. This is just a small side of it. There was all like documents on each of the characters as well, their threat levels and observations. Ozzy slit the guy's throat, painted on the statue of Ayuz. The guy was chanting, "The old one will rise," which turns out to be Ayuz. Ozzy drew in blood, "The old one will not rise." And we left the hideout to a mob, a town mob approaching the hideout. Ozzy used a major illusion to cast illusion of a baby dragon smashing out of the flaming... Oh yeah, because I fireballed the house. Flaming house.
You set fire to the house
to
first.
back them off. And Gellen jumped out of one of the houses, having been watching us, and escorted us out to sea on a boat towards our civil servant, because he deems it no longer safe to stay in Saltmarsh while the King's men are there, and that is basically where we left it.
Yeah, your seagulls had been searched. People were going through your possessions. And he said he'd crewed.
He said we had to leave because they found an array of heads, and it didn't look good.
A couple of barrels of blood.
Barrels of blood, severed heads.
So I believe it's the same day. We haven't passed the day yet. However, at this point it's getting late on.
It's evening though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's night. You went down in covered darkness, I believe. So as the cool air surrounds you, the waves splashing up in your boat, you arrive at the civil servant. I can't remember its proper name now.
I call it the civil serpent.
Yep.
Because serpent was part of the original name.
Yeah, it's the Crimson
I
Serpent.
call it the Civil
Crimson
Serpent.
Serpent. Yeah, it has many names. The ship of many names, but it is the ship. So you arrive, and a ladder is chucked over the side. You see it silhouetted against the dark grey sky of night. A few dim lanterns on the deck. As you climb aboard the ship, the sturdy, wrinkled hands of Sonny the Turtle helping you up over the rail.
Sonny!
You see the faces of your crew. Oh, good to see you, Ozzy. You see the faces of your crew in a dim light of lanterns. You recognise a few of the crew as some local fishermen. Some of their eyes wide to be meeting you. Sigor, your reliable first mate, stands ready to take orders, and a new face, half-elf male with dark tan skin, stands forward from the crowd. The dim light catches a silvery blue tattoo that covers his right hand, and as you all get onto deck, he introduces himself. Good night to you all. I am Laurel Zamzana, your bosun. It is a pleasure to serve under your banner. And he bows his head slightly as a sign of respect.
Say, what does that tattoo mean, good sir?
Oh, this. It is a simple marking of my people. And you see it as you look at it. It's a series of interlocking hexagonal patterns.
Wow.
Is the captain here?
There is no captain.
I'm the captain.
The captain's here.
What was the name of the captain we had before?
Yeah, we borrowed one.
Yeah, I can't remember what he was called.
He was real mean. I had a falling out of him.
You didn't like him.
Yeah, didn't like his ways.
At this point, Gell hasn't got him back. He's got you enough crew
Yeah.
to crew the vessel. And as they pull you on board, Gellin coming and going over to a few to prepare the jolly boat, as he stated, for him to return. The Sonny comes up and it's good to be sailing the ocean again with you all.
Good to see you again, Sonny. You're looking well.
Thank you kindly.
I wish it was in better times. Saltmarsh
Indeed.
seems pretty fucked up right now.
It is indeed. Listen, it's late. We're happy to sail out at sea away from Saltmarsh, and you can rest, and destinations can be discussed in the morning if you wish.
I think that would be the best.
Yeah, that'd be wise. Let's get out of here.
Then, if you wish to choose your quarters.
Oh, gosh golly. Well, as the captain, I will naturally choose first.
Yeah, I believe it's a lot smaller than the
Oh,
Seagoes,
God.
since it's a. You have sort of the main table, and most of it is, I believe, just hammocks.
You guys.
There is one room.
You two sailed on this.
Picard has the room.
The last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we had that second captain.
Yeah, because I came over because you were having an incident.
Yeah, and I just took off, I think.
Yes, you did, and I had to.
So this ship is based across 3 levels. There's one bed on the base, the cargo level, one a little bit higher up. But yeah, you can choose where you wish to be.
Picard
I'll
will
just make
take
my
the
way
bed.
to number 9.
Yeah.
Even though he does not sleep,
Sleeping there.
he will take the bed.
Yeah, not bad.
Which bed is Picard heading to?
Is it the upper deck or the cargo deck?
I'm heading to this one, number 9 on the map.
Oh, I've scrolled down and I've seen there's more ship.
Yeah. The ship layout is at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm in a hammock by the stairs.
Number 20 is a nice little cozy room. Seeing as it looks like Styles has got the biggest room, I will
I'm
point out.
assuming. Yeah, but Styles is really the captain, isn't he? I'm assuming. There's like hammocks and stuff for us.
Yeah,
the
so
crew.
if you look on the
Yeah, they're all lining the
on the
walls.
central desk, so as you come into the sort of
yeah.
the belly of the ship, you see hammocks strung between the rafters along the sides, and most things in here it's sort of you sleep where you can. It's
looks
comfortable.
Looks like we're sleeping with the road crew. Isn't that right, Scarrick?
Right. I'll be by the door ready to spring on anyone who tries to come down.
Not often I'm bunking with the roadies, but needs must.
And you see as you're sort of coming into the ship, there are supplies here. You see crates of food, barrels of purified water, and it looks to be a good enough supplies for a week, which is what Gellin had said. As you come down into your bunks, you feel, you hear the noise of the jolly boat going over the side, and Gellin's voice dimly through the wood as he bids them farewell, taking, I believe, one member back, just to assist him back to shore. And then you feel and hear the sounds of the sails being unfurled, and the ship begin to catch the wind and move away across the water into the evening.
Right, we ought to discuss the elephant in the room,
Where?
and that's not literally,
Oh,
And
and that's
I was going to say, you do find for discussing after you find your rooms, the table on the middle deck is most used for food. So there's either that one or the one on the aft deck where you can have some food brought to you and sit around and discuss.
yeah. We'll stick around that one. Now, is that a woman on the deck?
who, Glenn?
That's the elf.
Okay, and you said
He
that
is
was a male elf.
He
that
is male, yeah.
Then that is fine. I just say to the chaps, "Now I've had a quick once over of the crew, and I don't think there are any women on board, so we should be in good hands."
Can I just ask, is because I've got my notes on our crew, and we do have a female surgeon called Glyn. Is she here?
Not that you've seen.
Okay.
It seems
I
to
don't
be-
think Glyn is here, thankfully.
Who is here?
So
is-
the crew you have
Do we
Stigall,
care?
the first mate, who's obviously in charge of
Yeah.
running the crew, ensuring their well-being. You have Laurel, the new member, who is the bosun,
Yeah.
in charge of maintenance. Sonny, the quartermaster, navigation, and then you have a crew of fishermen. So
Oh, okay.
there are
So they're the ones that I can bleed.
And what are their names, please?
you have Tom, Sam, Edward, Hastings, John, Evan, Haynes, Harvey, Mossy, James, Wayne, Caden, Joe, and Nathan.
Fucking how many have we got?
Did you have those memorised?
That's a lot of fucking
I
fishermen.
have them written down.
Oh,
I don't know if you have that many, but they go by different names.
Are they? Have we got so many because there's just going to be a lot of cannon fodder on this trip?
No, I think.
Are they all
if we
wearing red
get up-
I think you got mixed up and read all of the different fishermen that they can be on offer.
I think you just read every male name in the
Because we
book.
definitely only need like 1 or 2 fishermen.
no, we need as many.
Well, the Crimson
We
Serpent,
wouldn't really
if you-
need any fishermen. We would be the fishermen.
No, they're fishermen from Saltmarsh, but they're the crew. So they're crewing your
Right.
vessel for the sails.
James.
But they're yeah, we have so many fish.
You
guys.
still read like 20 other
We're
names.
drowning in
though.
fish.
I don't even eat, but still more fish.
Bail more
Is James
fish out!
talking? 'Cause I can't hear it.
Someone stop the fishermen!
What's up, Pat?
I can't hear James.
Oh,
How odd.
Oh,
do you have
really?
him muted?
He is
Can everyone else
talking,
hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
I can hear James.
I can hear James.
Ooh.
Is it a bad thing?
Oh.
Banter.
Lost. Just-
Yeah, click on our face, is it?
I turned his volume up, down and up again. It's working. But
Nice.
fine.
Yeah, so the Crimson Serpent has a crew of 20. So
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not writing all their names down.
Wow.
To be fair, I could just probably say any male name, and they're probably on this ship.
you'd hope.
Tom.
Yeah, he's there.
That was
the first one.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of dicks. But it keeps
There's no
Pycon
Richard.
happy, so it's fine.
indeed.
Well, that was that didn't go. Well, we set out what we did, but what? So now we're skipping town? Like, what the fuck?
It would
I
seem
will have
we
to-
are wanted.
I'll have to still lay low and
After everything we did for the council and the
the town
king,
will remember us. It's
the king gave us a title.
Management.
I'm Sir Lord Ozzy Hellborn. Does that count for nothing?
You
I don't think we
didn't
got
quite
our
get the
title
title yet.
did we?
Oh, did you not? I got mine. They told me like the other day after the meeting. Now maybe when you soaked off to the pub, I got my title.
It looks like that Captain Pollard's just
Anyway,
he's on one.
Yes, I must presume that the influence of the King's Guard is proved too much for the town. But I also have to question where that influence comes from. It just so happened that when we were defeating the town's sect of the Crimson Brotherhood, or whatever they were called, was it the Crimson Brotherhood?
Scarlet
Aye.
Brotherhood.
oh,
Red,
aye.
It's the
Red Brotherhood.
Crimson
It's the Crimson
Serpent
Serpent.
The Civil
Scarlet
Brotherhood.
and the Red Roger.
It seemed oddly coincidental to me that the moment we burnt them to a crisp, the town's guard set upon us.
Paul.
They knew we were there.
Well, possibly, yeah. Paul, DM,
Oh, are you talking to the crew?
Orlando. Yeah. What's Ozzy's opinion of the king? Like, what would I know about the king? And the reason I'm asking is he known to be rule with an iron fist like this, or is this different kind of behaviour from what I'm led to believe normally, or do I know anything about him?
I'd say your knowledge of like the king and sort of the kingdom comes from conversations with Scarrick, where he's talked about wars and things like that, and how the different rulers have changed over the years. There have been periods in Greyhawk and Kielan's history where there have been like Iron Fist rulers rooting out other races. There's been several sort of not genocides, but several sort of denominations of different races and people. Whereas the King Stotti, the third, I believe he is, he's okay. The main thing, his bugbear, is the Sea Princes, which is the most recent sort of threat to the kingdom. And due to this nature of obviously hating piracy, this is where the frowned, like, that's why he doesn't like traditionalists as much, because obviously the traditionalists, although they're semi-law-abiding people, they see nothing wrong with smuggling and passing it under the king's nose, which is obviously.
So,
and I think you as a character would akin more to traditionalists than you would to loyalists.
yeah. I mean, I have royal courtier background, so like I do associate with like the upper echelons of society, given my nature of my
but
work.
There's still people up there who prefer other things.
Yeah. I'm just So it's not hugely out of character for him to be behaving this way.
No, there is. I think as well as you've travelled up and down the coast, I'd imagine you will have been to Seaton before, and obviously Seaton, which is a more sort of military base for Kierland. Things are obviously a lot stricter there. Rules are a lot tighter, and Saltmarsh has that more laid-back feel. But it's not unheard of for people to try and root out crime, really.
No. I think I'm quite a well-travelled fellow, and Saltmarsh was definitely one of them towns that was, how to put it, more relaxed in the eyes of the law than others. I know it's easy to say, oh, it must have been the Brotherhood doing it, but it could just be the king cracking down on some of these smaller fishing towns and, trying to get things in order again.
Oh, that's what they want you to think.
Well, possibly.
Indeed. We don't know how deep this goes. To the top, apparently.
I think for now we maybe have to put it aside and do something else for a while.
Well, where are we going?
Maybe
What's the plan?
sail the seas for a bit.
I know somewhere we can lay low for a while.
Yes,
and,
Mr. Stars, you seem quite keen on
do?
somewhere.
Yes, there's a group of islands we can go to. It's a nice place. We might be able to find some business and keep ourselves entertained.
Sure.
Well, I like the sound of islands.
You know the seas better than most.
Almost. Better than most. Almost.
Better than our captain.
What was that?
Not better than our captain.
Ah, yes. Yeah. But one day, Mr. Styles, maybe you will be.
Well, if you
Keep eating your greens and reading the tide book. You'll be as good as me.
Faroes Islands.
Do you know what? I probably have, but it escapes my memory. But I probably have been there many a time.
Yeah.
I imagine when I arrive, they will welcome me with the warmest embraces. Picard, they'll say as I walk through the door. There'll be lots of old friends there for me, I imagine, because I'm well versed in seafaring.
Yes, well, in the morning I'll set a course and I'll map a route. I'm assuming there'd be maps in the captain's cabin, but...
Yeah, so I'd imagine that table outside where you're dining. There are the charters. It's used for charting and maps of the sea.
What was the name of the isles? The Faroe Islands?
Faros, I believe it's pronounced.
Faros Islands.
What's the climate like there? What should I wear?
Tropical.
Oh, tropical. I see.
There is the volcanic islands.
Volcanic islands.
Volcanic islands.
Sounds like the lads are going on tour.
I'm always on tour.
Sounds like we are going to Tenerife.
I do not know what this Tenerife is that you mentioned.
Oh, it's an island that
You
I've
wouldn't have
travelled
been there.
once. Yes, you wouldn't have been there.
On one of these islands, they have these holiday homes that if you can't afford one to yourself, you can join like a syndicate and like share the time you're there
No shit.
with other
That's-
people. Yeah,
that's quite
a
handy,
really good
'cause you-
idea.
That sounds awesome. How far away are they? Like, what? How far long does this could take?
I'll have to consult the charts and just double check, but I should
I
think
see.
it'd be. How long does it take to get there?
So you estimate the journey is just over a week's sail, weather being good and the winds being fair.
I
It's-
suspect we should be able to get there with the stores we have on board. We may have to stretch them a day or two longer, but
I see.
I don't think it's worth stopping off en route and trying to get
No,
to a
let's-
friendly port.
Let's get straight there. Let's begin our new adventure. And then I sort of like skip and I do a little like one of these big rotating fists.
That was really
Make
weird.
a performance check.
Oh dear. Oh, my performance is -1. 10.
10. Okay. You succeed it with enough grace and vigour to
Yeah.
portray your enthusiasm to the group.
Excellent.
Well then, as you settle down into your bunks, you may take a long rest, short rest, whatever you feel you need
Ooh-wee.
until tomorrow.
Can I
And
just-
the crew?
Sorry, could I just have a quick conversation before we settle down?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'll bunk up next to Scarrick. You're right there. You're right there, pal.
I've been through having to up and leave, especially when you're on the campaign. You've got to constantly pack up your tent and move on, So
I'll be honest.
been through this.
It's I think I've already said it's the longest I've been in Saltmarsh. I only really came to see you, to be honest. And, it's never really felt like home. I've kind of been itching to get away, Get back on the road. I'm kind of excited.
You always seem a bit antsy when you come and visit, so I can understand that. And like you say, home is where we are.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
We're together again, and we can carry it with
back
us.
on the road again, like old times. It's
Aye.
gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. Listen, I pull out the hands. I got you these. From the house.
What is that?
They were one of the Scarlet Brotherhoods.
Why are you giving me them?
You want them?
No, I really don't.
Well, you.
Why would I want hands?
Well, because I don't.
I've been through this.
No,
Wait,
I-
I took the hands because to stop him from doing magic.
No. I
I
saw
don't
you.
like hands.
Scarrick, I saw you. I saw you put the hands in the bag. I know you. I know you wanted the
No,
hands
sir.
as well. Yeah.
A one-time thing. I don't need them now.
Oh.
It's
Okay. Well, this
hard
is
to explain. I don't.
this is awkward now. I got a pair of hands on me.
And you,
Can't you do,
as you're
like, some sort of
discussing
magic
it, these
and
hands
get rid
in
of
your
them?
thingies, one of the crew members in the hammocks opposite sort of rolls over. There is a slight odor beginning to rest on these. Not putrid yet, but the one of fresh blood. And
Maybe you should
hey, Tom.
throw them out the window.
Don't worry about these. This was just the last the last crew we had. We didn't get on with them in the end.
he doesn't wake up; he just stares.
Okay.
That's all.
Oh, this is. Oh, this is embarrassing.
Thanks.
I thought you wanted. I thought you were like collecting them for some. I don't know.
No,
I didn't
no,
want to question it too
that's
much.
pie card thing.
Right. Right.
So, but thanks for the effort.
I just put them back in the bag.
Don't really have a thing for hands.
You got the blood though, didn't you? I could give you that on the way out.
Aye, thank you for the blood. Aye. Speaking of which, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna now get out the alchemy jug and one of the larger kegs inside the.
I just like sit back
I
and I'm like
holding.
watching him do it, like
Yeah.
slightly
I'm just gonna start
fascinated
thinking of
by it.
Pyremus.
Yep.
And
And as you sort of uncork
pouring out
one of
some
the
blood
stoppers,
into
it
the barrel.
just begins to pour.
As he's doing it, I say, I'll be honest with you, between you and me, the rest of the guys, they brought up this blood obsession the other day. I think it was making them
hoping
uneasy.
I wouldn't have to explain stuff so much before. It's an experiment. I haven't really thought it out yet, but I'll explain when I need to.
I'm just giving you the heads up because I know I trust I trust you doing the right thing. We've already had this conversation, but I'm just giving you a heads up. They were a little concerned. I tried my best to convince them that everything's fine, but I don't know. They might bring it up at some point.
Aye. You understand, though, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. It's like
Good.
forging and like make strong weapons with the blood and stuff. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man.
Aye.
Yeah, there's nothing sinister with it. It's just a little bit of blood, isn't it?
No.
Anyway,
Good. Okay.
well, it's been a
Right,
long day, so I'll see you in the morning. Do you still snore? Better not fucking still snore.
I try to sleep on my side now, so hopefully, but hammocks make that difficult.
Yeah. I think I picked the wrong bunk, but okay.
Night.
Night.
So you settle in. Some in your beds, some in the hammocks. Find the gentle rocking of the vessel. It's quite narrow with a small keel, so it's not too bad. It cuts through the waves quite nicely. It's designed for speed. And you manage to settle and sleep until you wish to get up. I'm presuming it's probably gone midnight by the time you finally settle down. You wish to sleep till like mid-morning. Take a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't get up early, that's for sure.
Yeah, until you need to. Mr. Picard, what do you do in the evening?
Well,
365 different activities I have to think of. Thank you.
so let me just check.
I'm guessing it's echoing for you.
I pull out the head of the Scarlet Brotherhood fella that I procured. I plonk it on the little nightstand next to me. It makes a squelch. And I cast Speak with Dead on it.
Okay. As you do, the familiar now, almost comforting tone of the dismembered head inhaling air again, the abnormal act begins. And the eyes roll back, and he focuses on you.
And I say, good evening, Mr. Scarlet Brotherhood leader. Chap. What is your name? How may I address you?
Bear with me. Un momento, por favor.
Paul doesn't do names.
I got it. Do
Tom.
you remember which guard? Was it the leader you cut
It
his
was
head
the leader, yeah. I wanted him the most?
My name is Zeph.
Zeph. A lovely name, fine name. And what was your plan with Saltmarsh?
I would not tell you when I was alive. Why do you think I would? I am dead. And his eyes sort of roll around the room, looking around.
No, that is quite right. Why would you? Why would you?
Is that another question?
Nope, they're not questions. No, not a question, Zeph.
Because it is a secret society.
Damn, Zeph. And I slap him across the face. I say, do you enjoy being dead, Zeph?
I cannot feel anything anymore.
Yes. Do you feel like you wasted your time worshipping an evil deity of death when now you realise it comes to be nothing, just emptiness, and me? For eternity, I can do this forever. Just you and me.
The old one will rise again. But why don't you join me and see for yourself? On the last word, the breath just exhales.
Packard looks around the room and he says, I hope he didn't mean to kiss him. And he sort of leans in. And he goes, no, that can't have been it. And then he flicks him real hard in the eyeball and then puts the head away. He just shoves it under his bed. Just like real. Just like
what are you storing this thing? Cause
I'm tossing it around. I roll it under like a bowling ball. It's getting like bits of lint on it.
Rock backwards and forth as the ship pitches in the ocean.
Yeah. Yes, I say, alright, well that was fun. And then I'd sort of lay on the bed and I stare at the ceiling while I regain my energy.
Remind me, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
The book that we have, the like dark book that Packard has.
Order of the Underworld.
Yeah. The stuff that's written in what is it? Whatever the tiefling language that Kurt can read.
Yep.
Infernal.
What's it called? Yeah, Infernal.
Is there stuff that is in there that's more that I haven't read, or is it just more referring to Pyreneus?
I think when you read it, didn't you read it with Ozzy, and he sort of did he translate?
we actually talked about him translating that, but if we haven't, then obviously I would have either done that by now, or I'll want him to do that over the ship ride.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, I haven't done that, I don't think.
Very good. Yep. So yeah, if you get the book, you can decipher more and make a check when you do it. But we will do that over the course of the journey. So, morning comes. For those of you again sleeping in the bunks, you hear the sounds of crew coming down and the morning crew going up. And as you all sort of get up and begin to start your day on the vessel, you see, you learn that there is no cook on here. Most people just go to the stores, take their rations for the day, and most go up onto the deck to eat them, since the weather is now quite fair. And when you come up onto the main deck, you see ocean all around. Land is now out of sight. The food rations are good. It's been stocked well. There is dried fishes, dried meats, and some fresh things preserved in boxes. But the quality seems better than the stuff you've had before. A few exotic treats thrown in there as well. And you also find there is an ample supply of ales, wines, and rums.
That's handy. Although I think we have a jug that covers that.
Do, but get on
Hey, but
That's
I've
just
got
for
other
us.
uses for it on a night.
I call Sonny to
taste.
my cabin.
He comes down. Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Sonny. I've decided. I think it would be best if we lay low in the Faroes Islands for a while. Do you know where they are?
I don't think I've ever been there. Do you have the plottings on the map?
Yes, I worked on them. I've been working on them, and I showed them on the table. And
I see, and he comes over his large shell, taking up most of the space around the table. And he pulls out a small monocle and peers at the map, looking over it. I see. I wasn't aware there was land there.
yes, it's the old. If you know where it is, you can find it. But if you don't know where it is, you're screwed, type of thing.
Like never
And I
land.
will do my best to get us there in one piece, and if I need your help, I will call. I will,
Thank you, Sonny.
I'll pass this to the men and we will head our bearing. Yes. I taste adventure on this one.
Always adventurous with the Mistmen, Sonny. Always adventurous with the Mistmen.
Indeed, indeed. And he rolls the map up and puts it into a little small leather pouch on his thing and begins to leave the room. Let's hope the winds are in our favour.
Yes, hopefully. I think we should have enough provisions to get us there if we take it steady.
Yeah. True. And he totals his way out and up onto the deck.
Picard, have you spoken to the bosun yet about where we're going?
Bosun? No, I have not. But maybe I should.
Aye.
And I
very
walk
good
around the
idea.
deck, yelling, "Bosun! Bosun!"
You look up into the rigging of the sails and you see Laryl up in the crow's nest, hanging down, suspended, tying some knots across in the
Oh wait,
lashings.
sorry. I thought Sonny was the bosun.
I thought you were tricking him.
No, sorry.
He's the quartermaster.
I did mean the guy. I said the quartermaster. What? Sonny's the quartermaster.
I
Yeah,
thought
so
Sonny was the first
quartermaster is-
mate.
I was
Sonny
gonna
is
say that
quartermaster.
doesn't make
I thought
sense
Sonny
to
was
me.
the turtle.
Sonny's the total quartermaster. I've got written.
Yeah,
down.
he's the turtle, but a quartermaster isn't really the person you'd go to about the plotting the route. They deal
Quartermaster's
with giving out
navigation.
equipment and shit, don't they?
No, quartermaster's navigation, bosun is maintenance,
Yeah.
first mate is crew morale. You can tell you're a land
Right,
lubber.
so
Did you say?
to save hassle, I did mean quartermaster then.
Okay. Well, Larel's still up there doing that.
I first of all, I approach the bosun. I go up there.
Okay.
I climb up real. And
Do you
I
prefer to use acrobatics or athletics?
oh, neither are good. I'll use acrobatics. Oh, 12.
Okay. After a little ropey start, excuse the pun, you manage to find your footing and perhaps about halfway up you do think maybe these boots have a heel are a little bit too high for climbing the ropes. And as you sort of peer around, the few other people up here are
It's got
barefoot.
stacks
But
on.
yeah, you manage to get up there and hook your arm around so you can communicate.
Yeah. So I'm hanging, and I sort of say to him,
Good morning to you.
"Morning, bosun. You're the bosun, are you not?"
I am.
And I lean in closely while hanging on like
Sort of
dearly,
upside down.
and I say,
Spider-Man scene.
"And what is your job?"
My job, sir, is to ensure the maintenance and running of the ship.
Ah,
As you can
yes.
see.
The maintenance. Oh, it's very maintained. Very yes. Wow. This is some good maintenance. Yes, and that's what you do because you're the bosun. And the
Are
bosun.
you okay up here? And he sort of peers down, and at this point, you're probably like 15 feet above the deck. Like,
I say
the
yes. I'm
wind tilting you.
I prefer being slightly closer to water. This is fine. and
I've always loved the view.
oh yes, it's brilliant, and I'm sort of like looking down at the deck.
He's like peering out across the
Yeah.
ocean.
Now that turtle-looking fellow.
Yes,
What was his name?
Sonny.
Sonny. What's his job? Who is he? What does he do?
He's our quartermaster. He
Yes,
navigates
yes,
the vessel.
yes. And just a quick test so that you know so that I know that all my crew are top shape, well versed in naval travel. What does he do?
Well, navigation, plotting the maps, and checking supplies will last the journey. A very important role, sir.
Top marks. You are my. And I let go of one hand. I'm like, oh Jesus.
I've
I said top marks to my prize student.
been on the sea most of my life, sir. And
Oh yes, I can tell. I can tell by the way you said all those words just now. Well, yes, that's very good. Very good of you. Thank you. Now I know. Now I trust you. Now you're part of the inner circle. You could call yourself an honorary Mr. Man, but don't tell anyone. If you say it out loud, it ruins it.
I see. Okay.
Just you.
But I will. I will take that honor very seriously, sir.
As you should. As you should.
I'd like to think at this point Ellie swoops past Picard really close.
And you see Laurel, his eyes like widen as her form just shoots past, and he's like, "I think this is going to be a journey to remember."
And I said, "Bastard
did.
dragon, bastard dragon." I slowly climb down.
Very well.
Hearing Ellie call early in the morning. Well, it's not mid-morning now.
Yeah.
That it perks Ozzy awake and get
She
out.
comes down and finds you on the deck and begins to nibble at some of your rations that you've brought up for
Hey
breakfast.
Ellie, managed to catch up. It's good to see you.
You feel the warm bond run through you again, and you remember the dragon you cast just last night, and you have that parental aspiration for her.
I like to think that the dragon I cast, I said black dragon, but I like to think it
but
had
it would
many
be
of
like
Ellie's features. Like,
like a wormling of Ellie.
yeah. I look around. Packard,
Yes.
have you spoken to the quartermaster? You've plotted our course?
Quarter. I just did this. Sonny, Mr. Sonny, Mr. Turtle Man, Turtleino.
It's Total.
At this point, I'd imagine he will come up from below the deck with the map sticking out his back.
Oh,
I
he's
say-
got the map.
I say,
You already spoke
Mr.
to him.
Sonny, Mr. Sonny, you know
good morning to
the way, don't you?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Then everything is shipshape in hand, as it should be. Everyone's assumptions are spot on, and require no follow-up questions.
Good, just as I thought.
Right, you
Excellent.
are.
That's our captain.
Exactly. We're on a tight ship. Tight ship.
The bosun, he's up in the rigging. Did you say?
Yeah, the bosun's currently. So there's. I think this ship has one mainsail, one like aft sail, and a couple of smaller front ones, and he's just below the crow's nest, sort of tending to the ropes for the mainsail. At this point, it's probably got onto the main mast.
Do
Goes
we
across.
do we
Boom.
have a map that we can look at as
We
to
do.
where we're going? Like if I was to ask the Toddle for the map to have
Yeah.
a look.
I'll show you.
What Toddle?
I like turtles.
Squirtle.
Let me find
Why
a marker
not?
for this one. Your destination.
guys. That's it, right?
Yep.
Can't remember. I couldn't even remember what the water total was, right?
Yeah.
I know the names right, I just don't remember how he said it.
It's around here.
Okay.
Have I moved you onto the map?
There's nothing on
Yeah.
on there though.
We're on the S. On the
The
ZLC.
gargoyles, they do nothing.
No, that's
Yeah,
where,
as you
that's where the course is plotted to.
Yeah, so you see the course plots to the north side of Jetsam Isle. You've sort of, at the moment, you've heading out into the deeper water here, and you're going to skirt around in this the shallow, but away from the land, because obviously the way you want to go. And then you're going to catch the wind and head, and the destination is just the middle of the ocean. There is nothing plotted on the map.
I perused the map with Ozzy and the Blastoise, and I say there are no islands marked on this map.
Well, I mean, it's right there. It's just in the shape of an S. How weird.
No, that's I don't think.
Just the writing.
Oh, oh yeah, I knew that. That was one of my tests. I get these tests. Packard does them too. It's like just testing you all.
I have to make sure people are
Just making sure that
fit to serve. But
There
but
are
Mr.
many
Sully,
isles too small to be plotted on such a map, and
I see. Have you been to this area, Mr. Sonny?
I have not. I have every faith it's there.
the Styles here.
I've come up. I'm walking up behind you now.
Styles,
Yes.
you see, been here before.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the map though.
A perfect place to high low. Perfect place to lay
Lay
low.
low.
Well, I can't argue with that logic. There's no threats or dangers in these waters, is there?
Not when we get close to the islands. You never know what's out in open sea though. There's,
That much is true.
Styles,
but
did you
we're
ever,
well armed. A well armed ship. We should be okay.
did you ever find out what the lights on the horizon were?
These the lights from the last time we was at sea.
I think so. We were trying to remember when it was on.
I don't know,
Yeah.
I have a note here that when we first started, you was always asking everyone about lights on the horizon and scratching under the boat.
Scratching.
Scratching under the
I was
boat, I don't
asking-
remember that.
Yeah.
This is out of DM canon, so you can make anything up you want. Only the one viewer will know.
I can't remember the. I remember the lights in the sky.
The sky was different. Just make a. I'd say there is a phenomenon that you know about, and this is up to you whether you wish to share it. There's a thing called the green flash, and it happens either just at sunrise or sunset when the sun crests over the horizon. There can often be a green flash that lasts around 2 seconds, or sometimes it comes out very rarely in a large array. And this is something that you've seen on your travels, maybe just once or twice, not very often, but it is something that maybe you would look out for.
Yes, I relay that. It's something that happens out at sea. I aren't sure if it's a real thing or just the effects of being at sea. But just before dawn and dusk, you get the green flash just as the sun comes up.
All right.
And also in historical lore, it's said to boost morale.
Yes, it's always nice to see it because it knows it marks the passing of the day, and some ships normally have a little extra tot when it occurs on an evening to see the night through.
Oh, fair enough. Good to know. Good to know. Learn new things about this big old sea every day. In the Rat Packer.
Huh? I wasn't listening.
Good.
Staring at the map.
You reckon this is going to take about a week then, right?
There's no islands there.
No.
Oh well, with the weather, it should take us about a week.
Oh, we ain't going to have any problems. I can guarantee that.
None whatsoever.
Plain sailing.
Later that
Is,
week, they arrived in Faros.
You'll like it, Ozzy. There's lots of native women there.
You don't say.
And native men, of course.
Of course. Oh my god, I'm dead excited. What's the clothing situation? Do they have any?
And the women generally don't wear things on top as much.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm excited. I'm excited for this.
But the culture is Picard may struggle because the culture is women are very similar to equal to men as they walk.
Equal?
Not
as
exactly.
it should be. As it should
long
be,
as-
Picard.
Hey, I have no problems with women. I'm a big fan of their work, but
It's quite the opposite of
Then
what I thought.
they do not belong on ships or at sea.
Look, you just
know.
had a few bad run-ins with
Lives are on the line every moment of every day, and we can't have them flouncing around, breaking their nails and sleeping with all of the men.
But I do that. Should I not
Yes,
be
but
on this boat?
Of course, you should be on this boat.
Well,
It's fine when you do it because you're a man.
I see. Right.
That's how it works.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yes. See, now you understand.
All right. Okay. I'm
Good.
gonna go over here, and I'm gonna write a song about
Yes.
the Faros Island women with big boobies and no tops. And I walk off.
Well, I didn't say
Forward
they
to
were
hearing.
big. I just said they had no top.
I heard big. That's why they don't have tops, because none of them fit.
Can't argue with that logic.
So, as you mill about the vessel, the first day, having awoken at sunrise at lunch, it just seems to easily traipse by. So, obviously, you would like to look at the book at some point during this journey, so we can sort of play that out now if you wish, which would happen over
Yeah.
the course of the journey. Is there anything else while we play this out the others would like to do? You have a week's sail. So, you obviously get the book off Picard. I assume you will give them the book. Picard.
No. I will, but I'll give him a real.
So you do have it, don't you?
I'll give him a big weird lecture about it.
Yeah.
And I say, now, Mr. Scarrig, I'm not sure why you want this book, but I am not one to deny another knowledge. It's the greatest gift, after all.
I mean, that's what it is. It's a pursuit of knowledge at the moment. I want to know more about the world, and
Indeed,
this
that
has
is
links with things.
very noble. Very noble. Well, if you find out anything interesting, let me know.
Of course, we'll. Hopefully, Ozzy will be able to translate and write it down, so
indeed,
I'll
I'm sure
give
he
it
will.
to you to look at.
Yes. Excellent. Well, have fun. Be safe. I'm
Thank
going
you
to
very
go
much.
tease this severed head some more. So every couple of days, I reanimate it, I ask it inane questions, and I poke it and stuff.
You begin to get not so much a rapport. Its answers are always semi-sarcastic, and it knows that you're not its ally, and it just doesn't give you anything over the course of
We
the
have
days.
good banter in that severed head.
One-sided banter.
All of Picard's best friends are severed heads.
All my friends are heads.
I don't even remember him because
Yeah, they don't.
it reset every time, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So the book. What is there any information you're looking for? As well as the information. Have you actually seen it yet? Have you read it? Or I don't.
I've
think...
read what you've given me, but is
Yeah.
that all there is?
Because
Because if
between
there's
you
more
and
on
Ozzy,
Pyramius and stuff, I would just basically want to know.
Between you and Ozzy, you decide what you want to try and decipher and what you want to search for, and you could be looking for history, you could be looking for arcana, and then just make some checks. And perhaps it's intelligence, you want to understand the contents. Perhaps it's wisdom. You decide what you
I
want
mean,
to
it'd
do.
probably be wisdom, and like, especially if there is any sort of actual spells stuff that would help me, like understanding my path.
Okay, well, make a wisdom check.
And,
Ozzy, how would you
and
like
obviously
to
Pyremius.
just do it with advantage if you're helping with translation, or
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not all. It says some of it's translated into common, some of it would be infernal. Obviously, the infernal stuff I would translate for him.
and I'd say over the course of a few days, when you get time, either in the evening or the morning, Ozzy sits with the book in his lap, reading the infernal bits, and you maybe jot it down in your own journal, so you can then build the full picture.
I would obviously be looking out for any talk of values as well, which does seem to have some
Yes.
information.
I'm just doing the wisdom check. Ozzy, obviously.
Yeah, you can do it with advantage because you got Ozzy helping you to thingy.
Can I just bless help that?
If it just helps
Attack
general
roll or
checks.
saving throw?
No.
What else? I must have something for this. What's that? Toughness and resolve. No. Alright. No, I don't have anything to help you.
You're doing the check.
What? Alright.
You're doing the wisdom check. It's you who wants to understand it. Ozzy is giving you advantage by translating bits that you can't understand.
I'd go with intelligence instead.
So, intelligence is like deciphering things and understanding what they are. Like, an example would be you pick up a tool and you use your intelligence and you work out it's a knife. Wisdom would be understanding what a knife is for.
Citing stuff from it.
Taking that information and deciphering it, yeah.
Yeah.
Understanding it.
Just good for that. And 20.
Natural 20. Ooh, nice. Okay.
Got 6 for it.
With their with time being long and activities being slim, you pour a lot of time into this book. It almost becomes an obsession, and other members of the crew and party, as they're walking around,
Just hang on.
you know,
Hang on 1 second.
yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, so everyone notices you're spending more and more time with this book, and as Ozzy spends time sort of narrating the bits to you, record them down, you gain an understanding of sort of the natural layers, the greater gods, the lesser gods, the obviously being dwarven, you understand dwarven gods, but there's so many other facets to this, so many other creatures, and often when most people think of gods, they think of these beings that are out of reach, and the more you sort of read through this book and read the notes in Infernal and the small markings, the more you see there have been connections, there have been ways that gods have seeped through, demigods have seeped through, and this is where you fixate on Pyremius, and you obviously understand fairly well now that he is a patron of yours in a way. You and him are bonded. When you focus on the image, the image of Pyremius, this fiery beast looming over a burning village, a hand on a blade, you spent almost a full afternoon just examining this small hand-drawn sketch, observing the blade, and your mind, almost going into a trance, seems to click. Your vision switches. You almost lose interest in the blood you've collected. You almost lose interest in the Mr. Men for a few moments, and your sole interest is the forging of this blade. This blade that is in your patron's hand, Dragon's Temper, the name you knew, becomes a forefront mission for you. And then, almost as if you weigh up the opportunities, you realise your best bet's to hang on, to carry on as you are and keep your eyes open, your ears open, and always have your focus in sight, but remember, you can't get there yourself. You need Pyremeus. You need the Mister Man. Other sections you read about the Abyss. This endless spiral of layers, and some of the notes you get, some of the names, the plane of infinite portals, the Styx, Loloth, the person who you now connect to the demon spiders you encountered on the vessel, on the shipwreck. You understand her lair is a 66th lair. There is a lair of Dublex, 222nd, and your mind almost caves into these many layers of pain and torture, and it almost overwhelms you, but it doesn't. You manage to hold on. I'd say now, after reading this book and reading it so thoroughly, you will be more akin to circumstances where evil is involved. And when you get to the end, although you can't quite put your finger on what you've achieved, you feel like you have achieved something. And as for IUs, Ozzy, you read through and gain a fear of, if IUs is a demigod and returning, then looking at these other pages of such horrible torments and torture, this could be something really, really bad. And while you leave this book with fear, Scarrick, you leave this book with almost a content. And that's what you receive.
I like to think that, well, I suppose it's for you to tell me. So obviously, because I'm translating a lot of stuff for Scarrick, you say that Scarrick comes to the realization that Pyremeus is his patron. Would Ozzy come to that realization as well, or is that he's realized that through what Ozzy's saying, but Ozzy isn't?
Yeah, Ozzy, I wouldn't say Ozzy's akin to that knowledge, because you don't know too much about the dreams. You probably have an understanding. I don't know. What would Scarrick think?
I mean, I think we've already mentioned that Pyremeus is talking to me in dreams. As in me and Ozzy have talked about that.
I think you have spoken about your dreams before. Perhaps, Ozzy, since you don't have a patron yourself, I'd say maybe you don't quite get the full connection, but you understand that there is some linkage here. And I'd say one thing that happens over the course of the days is you begin to translate less as Scarrick develops the skill to read and understand Infernal, which you can add onto your character sheet. And it's up to you whether that unnerves you or whether you think, maybe I'm just a really good teacher.
Let the dice
And
decide.
I've mentioned Dragon's Temper before being a big goal because of like the dwarven history. So like, I think I've said that Pyremeus is a route to Dragon's Temper.
Yeah.
What?
It's my soul goal, my soul, you know.
I think it's up to Ozzy whether he decides he's just helping a friend and translating, and whether you take in the information.
Oh, I mean, Ozzy's not stupid, despite everything. I mean, this book isn't exactly a book of like flowers and fairies. It's not exactly a good book, but like, I think when we've discussed it in the past, it's a notion of control, and I think he trusts that Scarrick is in control of his destiny and is using it for power and what have you, but not succumbing to evil, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's how he's looking at it. Well, that's what he believes at this stage. Damn, I'm a good teacher as well. You don't even.
It feels unreal to me. Like I'm picking. I'm not making this up. Am I getting this right?
This word.
Is that what this says here? Blade.
Bit roast.
But what about this word?
Fire. This is great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ozzy. I mean, I feel it's a connection with you now as well. You know, like
It's quite.
this
It's
is
quite
something we
straightforward
share
when
now.
you. It's quite straightforward when you like. You know, it's like the grammar. Do you know what I mean? Like, but once you can like get past the way they kind of like put the sentences the wrong way around. But
Aye.
this word here. Well, what is
It
it?
was very quiet on my end.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it?
Is that fluffy?
Yeah, that's it. The fluffy fire.
Aye.
Man, you got it.
Sorry, I was still trying to fucking find a way you actually add the language without just getting rid of
You'll
one.
find it in a bit. You just write on your notes. You just remember.
Yeah. I mean, thank you. It's just, this is really helpful on my path to Dragon's Templar, you know. I actually believe maybe it's possible to reforge it or find it. I don't know. It's
Probably.
leading me to think reforge it.
I mean, if anyone can forge it, it's you. I ain't seen anyone forge like you. I mean, you are the only person I've ever seen forge. But I assume you're good at it. I mean, you got your own forge and everything. Like that's good,
thanks,
right?
Ozzy, that helps.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, I mean, how are you feeling about the stuff you learned about eyes?
Well, there's not much more than I already know, to be honest. The guy's a dick. You know, just you're evil. And everything in that land. Just evil, you know? I mean, apart from me. But that's because I left, you know? But everyone else.
Sometimes you need a good balance. Yeah.
Well, that's it. I think. I mean, look at Captain Zandros. She left. She seems on the level. Seems all right. Well, she didn't leave, but you know, comes back and forth. I think it's like I say, it's having that balance, isn't it? Not getting too swept up in all the evilness. It worries me if he's returning. I don't think it'd be good for the continent.
No. There'll be hell pay with dealing with that. I don't think we could possibly imagine dealing with that ourselves, so you know, don't dwell on it.
No, it's we got enough on our plate right now, worrying about a demigod returning, you know.
Aye. Yeah.
As you
So-
as you're having this discussion, the evening has begun to come in. The sun is probably an hour from setting, but you hear a few shouts around you as you're talking, and as you look up, you notice a mist is beginning to sweep in across the ocean, getting thicker and the weather turning cooler. At this point, you're day and a half, 2 days travel from your destination.
Oh, Styles, is this mist something we need to be worried about? Is this normal? I can't hear you.
I was holding my breath in shock.
What?
He's below deck.
Um,
Come up, Styles.
yeah, so I come on deck and... Oh, look, Ozzy, it's all misty. You should have shouted for me.
Is this a concern?
I don't know. I go across and consult the chart and maybe we should crew.
We're not far off, but I wouldn't be expecting this.
No, neither would I. Quietly get the crew to like be ready with the cannons. I think. Don't run them out
Well-
yet, but just get them ready.
We're ready some, but I think we need men on all corners in case something comes. He sort of looks around. Visibility's dropping fast.
Don't want to bump into anything.
Very good, Sonny, and maybe put an extra man in the rigging to look out.
Sends Sigurd up top. Goes up into
Yeah.
the rig.
Yeah, good idea with his elvish eyes.
That's not him.
Uh,
The bosun's at the
Um,
back near the wheel.
what is it, Laryl?
Larrel's the bosun, yeah.
Yeah. Laryl,
See the-
you get yourself up that forward mast with your elvish eyes and keep a lookout.
He moves to the forward of the ship and... I will, sir. I will. He goes on to the main thing and you see him climb out, hand over foot, and just get as much distance as possible.
I go to Garrick and see, you can sense evil, can't you? You sense anything in this fog?
I use divine sense.
Remind me the range and what you'll find out.
It's 60 feet. Not anything, but not behind total cover, which really I would probably just see anywhere, wouldn't I?
Well, the
You know,
visibility
the
at this
usual
point
evil
is
good.
dropping. You've got around 20 feet visibility, and you get a ping coming from the rear end of the vessel on the starboard side. About 40
Something
feet
over
out.
there.
To your eyes, a few shapes seem to float in the mist around the same level as your deck.
Radio the main styles.
Visibility decreases again. At this point, the fog begins to wrap around the ship. You can barely see across from one side to the other. The men call out to each other. There is a tension in the air. Hip ho! Comes from above. And at that,
What did they shout? Hippo?
hip ho.
Placat says,
Hippo.
Placat says, hippo?
There's
Where?
a hippo in the water.
Where?
And at that, a vessel
Fuck.
comes
It's
and
a ghost
crashes
ship.
into the
Holy
side.
shit, it's the ghost of
I need everyone-
Saltmarsh.
I need it.
shit.
I need everyone to make a dexterity save.
$15.
7.
22.
Okay.
2.
2. I wonder who falls over. Scarrick and Picard, you fall back as a ship lifts your vessel up, crashing into the side. This vessel, now next to you, lifts back, and you begin to still move forward, but locked together. Looking across your eyes, Scarrick, and you're prone, you see 4 shapes on the deck. Through the mist.
Whoa, what the fuck is that thing?
Skeletons.
Is
I
that,
think we need to attack them now.
Has any of us have I experienced this before? Just like history or rumours or stories. Do I know that? I'm assuming it's bad.
There's ghost stories, yeah. There's ghost stories of ghost ships and vessels, but you've never experienced it. As
Can
you
I perform an
here at
action?
the ship. Yeah, of course. You're not in combat yet. Both ships currently are just crushing together and slowly coming apart, almost like a gap of 2 to 3 feet in between, but you're both still moving forward at its pace because you hadn't anchored yet. I will say, Styles, you see the ship's name on the front is the Antonia Graza. You can make an action, Scarrick.
I would like to use Channel
Stand up.
Divinity. Oh. Can I see this guy from where I am? I mean, yes, I'd like to stand up if I can as well.
Make a perception check. You stand up. You can. So at the moment, because you're still using your divine sense, you can just see these shapes, and that's all. Your actual vision is just the mist and the bits of wood that now jive. I'll say, using the advantage that you can already see the shape there. Yeah, you've got vision on him.
I'd like to use Channel Divinity, Control Undead on
Okay.
this guy.
What does he have to do?
He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Okay. Let's have a look. Well, I don't think it's gonna be that good. That is a 3.
Ill. The target must obey my commands for 24 hours or until I use this feature again.
Okay.
An undead with a CR equal or to or greater than 6 is immune.
Yeah. No.
Sweet.
So
He's
you see
mine.
this form is beginning to stand up, and as you cast this thing, you almost project a divine light towards it, and it.
So I'd like to think
glow.
I just grab my hammer.
And as it does, it pulls its sword out.
Yeah. As in when I was like casting it or whatever,
Oh,
I'd
you cast it,
grab
yeah,
my
yeah.
hammer and stamp it, and like the
Nice.
dusty smoke would come up and drift across, and
Nice.
maybe you would
And as it
inhale
does, yeah, it inhales the smoke, and now the smoke sort of wraps around its skeletal remains.
It doesn't say anything, so I imagine nothing would change for these guys to perceive that he's now under my control.
I don't think
If
they're
that's
not
the
that
case,
intelligent
I'd like
anyway.
to just leave him where he is.
Okay.
I'm
What are we
gonna-
doing, Captain? Do we attack?
Attack what? It's just mist. I'm like lying on my back like a tet.
I see something in there.
Is it a ship?
There's at least
Don't
4
be
of them on there.
ridiculous. 4 of what? It's weather.
Undead. There's undead on that
Undead?
ship.
What?
There's a fucking ghost ship, guys. Come on. What do you think it's just fucking floating out here for no reason? Jesus Christ, prepare to board, or like prepare for them to board us.
Is it even
Can we
I
walk
go
on
to
a
this-
ghost ship?
I
As
go
the
to
ones
this
you can't
swivel gun
see,
here.
you begin to hear the noise of bones over the noise of the wind, the water, and the ships knocking together every few seconds. You hear the noise of bones coming together and beginning to move, and the skeletons begin to move forward.
Picard screams from the floor, "Fire the cannons!"
Yeah, as I get to this, I'm going to swing this swivel gun round, and as that one
Okay.
just moves, I'm going to fire the swivel gun at it.
Okay. With
Just so you
disadvantage.
know, guys, The one at the back's mine. Ignore him.
No time to figure that out.
I'll
Fire
just-
on
I'll
at the
just make-
cannons.
I'll just make him wave at everyone.
Well,
Get that waving one. He's too cocky.
I was going
He's
to go
mine.
for that one first, but seeing as this one moved, I'll
Yeah.
go for the one that moved.
I'm going to say disadvantage because at the moment, because the way the mist is sort of swelling in and out, you're just seeing shadows and shapes moving through the mist.
Okay, what do you
Until
want
they're
to
within
roll?
10 feet, you don't have clear visibility.
Just fire all the cannons straight forward. Something will work.
Yeah. What do you want to roll, Paul?
Roll to attack with disadvantage. But you've got
just,
your Crimson Serpent has its weapons, so it's one of the small 9 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it is +6 to your attack.
Okay, that was a 7, and that was a 7 plus 6, which is 13.
13. Is that a disadvantage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Meets it, beats it. Roll for damage, which is 2d10 +5.
Oh yeah, is that D10?
The percent R1's a d10.
Don't use big words like that.
You can roll it on roll 20 if you want, mate.
No, I've got dice. I'm going to use it. A 10, 15.
15, nice. In the dismay of voices, the shouting, the rocking of the vessel, the almost the sails of this other ship crossing over yours and some of you ducking out the way as it comes forward and back, you hear the sound of the cannon going off, a boom, and then the shattering of a skeleton. And at that noise,
Oh, jeez.
I need you all to roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm
They-
going to shout, as I do it, I shout fire. So
They-
hopefully can
They
get
could be
everyone else to
friendly
fire.
ghosts. It could be Casper.
17.
17 for Styles. 2 for Scarrick.
15.
15 for Aussie. Placards.
8.
Danny, hey, Captain. 8. Okay, just let me roll for Skeletons. Yeah, so all attacks unless they're within 10 feet will be disadvantage. Okay. So, Stars, you're top of the round. You fire the cannon, the scent of gunpowder and the flash just igniting in the mist in front of you, and as you see almost like a flash picture of the ship, and you see a few other shapes on there. As the gunpowder sort of seeps into your nostrils, you get filled with the adrenaline of the battle, and it's up to you what you do.
As I look round and see the crew totally frozen, I'm going to make my way to this bigger cannoneer and quickly pull the. What would be the spread? Would I be able to hit that one?
Which one are you moving to?
I'm
The
moving to
large cannon.
this- Yeah.
I would say they're too big. It's only the swivels you can really use in this situation because you're ship to ship.
I think in the panic I'm going to pull it anyway, and I'm sure I'm just going to see a cannonball just fly through it. Easier.
Okay. Yeah. So you hear a huge, an immense roar as this cannon is fired. The cannon rolling back in its stocks into the wedges, and the ball just shattering wood. I'm gonna need the 2 crew to make a save from the shrapnel.
No, well, this one,
You on this
Is the-
one?
yeah, and I would say they won't run out, but because the deck guns they won't have, there would be a hole there for it to shoot through.
Oh yeah, it's the ship it's hitting on the other side that's creating the shrapnel.
And
ship's
parachute cause shrapnel. That's what
It's
I mean.
3 feet away.
Yeah, but it's a parachute. Is it a real ship?
Yeah.
I
Found out now.
I thought it was just like magic.
I get what you mean. You thought it was a ghost
Yeah.
ship. But no, as you fire the cannon, it smashes into the side.
Goddamn rogues just don't understand magic, do they?
So I don't want to argue with the DM too much, but which so our crew are you rolling for?
Yeah, the two members next to the flanks. So
But surely that skeleton will get shrapnel damage because
He will,
Shrapnel
yeah, he
kind
will.
of flows that way though. So I would say our guys would get disadvantage because it doesn't kind of fly back. I'm going to shut up now.
would you know? It's not an attack roll; it's a damage roll. So I'll say the crew get D4, the skeleton gets D6.
Yeah, I'll set for that.
3, 3, and 3 on the D6 as well. So bear with me. And I'd imagine he shouts, "The ship's rail!"
I was unsure as to whether it would be ethereal or not. I guess not.
I mean, the mist makes it hard to see anyway. These guys, the parts of the ship just blow into their face, and there's cuts across their body, and they fall back and begin to hold themselves. The skeleton does take some, but with it being a sharp piece of wood, it seemed to fly through his body a lot easier. Okay. It's not your go, Net. Is there anything else you wish to do? You wish to move or run?
No, I'm
Ducking.
just yeah.
You hear a cry from the back of the vessel, and it is the voice of Lorel. Let me just see. Help! Help me! Please, something's got me.
Where's this?
Ozzy, it's your go. So
Who
from the
else at
front of the ship,
Yeah.
Oh,
you hear a cry through the mist of help, something's got me.
the front of our ship.
Front of your ship, yeah.
Okay. Is this where I am? Because I've not actually like touched my character.
Yeah, I presumed you'd be sat with Scarrick and the others would be around the vessel.
Okay. Okay. Then I will head towards that noise. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Jump.
25, 30. And I will yeah, I get to there and then I disappear in a cloud of puff of smoke and then reappear 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Ooh. There, on the edge.
Okay. At the moment, just make a perception check. This isn't part of your role.
21.
Okay. Almost as you apparate into the space, you blast the mist out with your force and particles just materializing. And as you do, you see the pale, clawed hand grasping around Lorel. Currently, they have him grappled almost around the waist, one hand going to his face. You recognize the creature to be undead, its white fangs glinting in the dim lights that shine around the ship.
Oh my god. Don't worry, you'll be alright. I will.
The Lorel looks almost his tanned dark skin is almost bleached white in fear, his eyes wide.
I pull my guitar around and start riffing
Okay.
goth rock, and just like sound waves flutter over, wrap around Laurel and scoop up into the ears of the undead. It needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Cast Dissonant Whispers.
It's 8.
Okay, then it takes... Takes 12... I'm assuming psychic damage.
Mhm.
Yeah, it takes 12 psychic damage, and in its head it hears...
Leave my friend alone.
Nice. Okay. Anything else you wish to do?
No, I will stand there.
Picard and I'd say probably you, Scarrick. In this commotion, as your focuses sort of come in, you begin to hear noises. The sound of weapons digging into the wood, and something appears over the balustrade through the mist. These creatures, as you catch glimpses of them, are shells of men covered in barnacles, the water seeping from their skin, weapons in their hands digging in as they come over the rails.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
This one makes its way towards you, Picard, and
Would these
Pull it.
creatures be considered undead?
I believe they are. Yes.
Cool, just checking.
You see it pull a rusted longsword out from a scabbard at its side, and it tries to attack you.
Bitch.
Ooh. 22?
Yeah, that'll do it. Chief.
Only 4 damage as its blade comes down. You sort of catch it and brush it off with your leather. It comes in for another attack on its offhand, but that time misses as you jump out of the way. This one is going to go for the crew. Nat 20. Bye-bye.
Unfortunate for the crew.
So yes.
That's
Scarrick,
why there
you
were
see,
so many names.
you see as
Stop.
this hulking barnacled creature pulls its longsword out that it's been using to climb up and just runs it straight through this crew member. You hear the sound of the life draining from his body.
Oh shit.
He did. Picard, it's your turn.
Going
Is it?
to.
Didn't Picard get...
Picard's not had a turn.
Picard only asked if he was undead.
Yeah.
He didn't actually do anything.
Picard's not done anything but follow.
Oh no, wait, yeah, I'm last with 2. Yeah, you got 7, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to cast. Okay, I'm going to do a Channel Divinity turn undead. So
Okay.
basically, I fist pump the air real hard, and I say, "Get off my ship!" So each undead creature that can see or hear me within 30 feet must make a Wisdom saving throw. 14.
Okay. So that's a lot of creatures. Let's do them one by one. So we'll do the drowned first, the closest.
Also, I don't know if this will save time or not, but any that fail, if its CR is half or lower,
Mhm.
they they're destroyed. So I didn't know if you
What
wanted
was
to
the wisdom save?
14.
Okay. And the skeleton. Okay, half or lower. Okay. The skeleton instantly shatters into pieces as the spell penetrates it. The drowned, your spell just seems to wash over it.
Oh,
And
jeez.
its grin just widens.
It's the one in front of me.
It affects the pale creature grappling Laurel.
So it has to sort of get away from me. Those have to be its efforts.
From you.
A 10 creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can. It can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me. Also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action.
Okay. Got you. Very well. It is. The crew are actually below you, Scarrick. They're last. We've got the one skeleton jumps across from its ship to yours, and again attacks the crew. But the injured, splintered crew member managed to sort of grapple its sword and throw it down and resist the attack, giving it a shoulder barge as it does. Scarrick.
I will go 5, 10, and I take it does the skeleton go on my go as well, or
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'll go there and swing my warhammer at this one.
Okay.
For 23 to hit.
23.
Yeah, that hits.
That's 14 damage.
14.
14. Thanks, mate. What is it with yours, James? Every fucking time.
What? Is it just when I roll?
Yeah.
Literally, only
Just
when you're
when
telling
you're
me a
fighting,
number,
yeah.
I can't hear a word you're saying. But it's done. Yeah. You smash the hammer into it, like cracking off these huge bits of barnacle and reef that are just adorning its body.
I'll go for another swing then.
Okay.
That is a 15.
Yep, hits. Roll for damage.
And for damage, that is a 9.
9. Nice, another good hit, this time coming into the side and crushing it as it sort of falls backwards slightly, but still stands its ground. Okay.
And I will... Can I move the skeleton as well then?
Yeah, of course.
I can't move him, but I guess
I'll move him. Where do you want to go?
wherever he can jump across, I'd
He's
like
got
him to
30
jump
feet,
across.
so yeah. 5, 10, we'll say he jumps here. Makes it across. Where do you want it to be?
Protecting Styles, so like there if you can.
Okay. Styles, this hulking
Or
skeleton
if you
just...
can get there.
I'd say yeah, we can change place. This hulking skeleton just comes and sort of, as you get ready to protect yourself, it just sort of walks around you, comes to the
I
other
was wanting
side.
to like drool and smile at Styles, just like.
Okay. Anything else? Or are we done? Has a short bow.
No, that's me. Oh,
If it wants
yeah,
to
I'll
take range.
take a shot at him.
You roll. It's +4.
So just roll a 20.
Yes. That's how we fight.
Lovely, that would be 2.
Cat.
2.
2.
2.
Well,
I was just checking what the roll was.
oh, sorry.
Okay. So he tries to do the thing, but you're trying to steer him through this cloud of fog, and you're trying to command him to do what he does. and he just like hits into some of the wood nearby. Okay, the crew. What did the crew do? The spider spawn still has hold of him. This crew member draws its sword and tries to attack the drowned, which it does. You see him just pull out a curved blade by his side and just dig into this drowned's back, and it makes an impact, which is nice. The turtle moves forward and attacks the skeleton. Old Sonny. What you got for me, Sonny? Oh, nice, yeah. Cool. Okay, it's free. So, although you may not see it, those who do, you see Sonny pull this hook off his shell, pull it out the fishing net, and begin swinging it around his head on this short length of rope. He swings it down into the skeleton for... Oh, nice, Sonny. Good blow up, pal. A huge whack as it sort of comes down, grappling through its rib cage, and you hear the bones just go like as it cuts down through it. The skeleton's barely standing, half its body now shattered to the floor. Sigurd takes his turn to jump down, landing next to Sonny. In fact, let me see if he has range, because it'd be disadvantaged from up there, but he might have a go. No, he takes his motion to climb down safely from the rigging and lands, pulling out a longsword, ready for him. The other crew come and begin to bolster around you guys, protecting you drawing swords. Styles, you're up.
I am going to help Sonny with this one.
Okay.
So I'm going to thrust at him with my rapier. 13.
Yep. Roll for damage.
5, and I'm going to use my 10. And I'm going to use my sneak attack. That's a lot of numbers. 25.
Oh yeah. You almost like Tetris your way through the bones, severing every single linkage, so that after you're like, all the bones almost stationary for a second just go, and there's just a pile on the floor. There really is nothing left of that gentleman.
I'm going to look round and just move back to from where I started.
Yeah, you've used about 15, so you can literally get back to where you want to go, or you can move another 15 anywhere, really.
Well, I'm just going to move back to where I started.
Okay. Nice. So, my vampire spawn must flee, must she?
Indeed.
You see, as Picard's spell takes hold, this expression of malice and joy from having Lorel in her grasp changes, and her eyes begin to shift. She lets go of Lorel, leaping over the side of the vessel.
When I notice that she's leaving, I yell, "I said no women on my ship!"
I think actually, she has to go as far as she can, doesn't she?
Yeah.
In that case, her speed is 60. 60. From your perspective, you see her leap back over the side of the vessel, crawling on the outside of the hull, the mist swirling as she makes her way around. You hear the scratching and the noise come round. You see her leap through the mist onto the vessel next to her, and then run across into the swirling mist out of view.
I Who we got? We got this guy in front of Packard.
That's it now. Oh, and one
One
drowned
here.
near Scarrick.
What about this guy?
That's in Scarrick's control.
It's mine.
Which is
Oh,
up.
okay.
You can see you can't see from here, but when you get close, you see he's got an aura.
I look to this one in front of us, and I say, "Get back to the bastard sea, will you?" And I do a windmill, and oh no, I can't do that. Ooh. That will hurt everyone.
Do it.
Don't hurt
So
everyone.
you've already
I'm
done
there.
the windmill.
Well, I
the
can
windmill
choose,
has been done.
I can choose where it's a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point. So I could do the point here, and it would just hit this guy. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I do that, and it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
It's my Thunderwave upgrade.
I don't think it's going to get it. 7. Oh, 10.
So it takes 3d8 damage.
Oh. I thought you were like, maybe he's made it? I was just calculating how many damage die.
How dead is it? It takes 9 thunder damage.
9? Is it moved or is it just...
No.
Is it blasted anywhere or just like it's like a
Just
shockwave?
It's just shockwave, a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense.
So again, the crew around here, almost like another cannon's gone off, but this time outside the vessel as this shockwave comes to the others. They still feel it. They still feel the blow, but it doesn't do the damage. That you, Ozzy?
Yeah, I'll just move a bit into the boat. I'll move to there.
Picard, it's you.
Right. Now the thing is, I've been looking through my spells as you all have been fighting. Pretty much everything I do has a necrotic damage. Now, if I had to assume a creature was resistant to necrotic damage, it'd be these guys. I worry I'd be making them stronger.
I don't think you've used necrotic damage before on undead, and it hasn't reinforced them.
Cool.
Even if
but
they're
I'm
resistant, it would just do like half damage.
Yeah, but it's not as fun as full damage. Alright, I might as well do this then. I'm going to channel divinity into my rapier. So as I hold it in my ghost hand, like the swirling green energy, sorry, goes like into the blade. And I thrust at this wet one. And I say, how about you? For 12 to hit? One moment.
Yes.
Yep.
Damage.
So it's just 2 plus. There is the plus.
It's a heavy hit.
17 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh, so 19 in total,
19 total, yeah.
Nice. A good blow. So I'd imagine you jab the rapier in, but then all of a sudden the energy sort of leaks out of it. Like
Yeah.
the initial blow looks like a mere flesh wound, but then the energy that comes out almost carves a bit out of him. Yeah, he's looking heavily damaged at this point. The crustaceans that have formed across his body are shattered and in pieces, and he has a gaping hole where your rapier's gone through him.
I laugh at him. I say, haha! I step on one of the crustaceans that's fallen off him.
Okay.
Crab bastard, I say.
He has one. He sort of grits as he raises his sword to attack you. Natural one, jeez. Swings it, and as he does, your rapier still inside, he catches his own wrist, causing him to sort of fumble the blade, giving him disadvantage on his second one. Which still isn't too bad. It is 15.
That will hit.
Okay, so his first one fumbled. He manages to get grip and just twist his wrist and sort of slash his blade up and over for 7 damage as it just catches you under the chin.
Ooh, cheeky crab.
And the one at the bottom, Scarlick, is coming for you. So we've got the first one is 19,
Nice.
and then 20 on the second one.
And the hit on the second.
As you sort of you raise your arm, and he comes back and catches you in one of the weak points in your armor for 6 damage, slashing.
Okay. And with that, I'd like to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Ooh, okay.
So as like it slashes across, the blood drips away, but then kind of like reverses and boils into the black smoke again, and
Nice.
splashes back into his face. Sorry, I wasn't ready with casting that. Alright, that does 14 fire damage.
14 fire, wow. Okay. The air is instantly filled with the acrid smell of burning rotten tissues and shells and seaweeds that coat his body. He is engulfed in flame for a few seconds, which then fizzle out again. Very, very damaged, but not quite there. Anything else, Scarrick? Oh no, that was just a thingy from that one.
No,
You'll go.
that was
That was
just
just
my
a
reaction.
reaction. It's you now. You're up.
I mean, okay, and so like, as the blood casts back, I'll follow up with my swing of my warhammer.
Mhm.
For 13 to hit.
Hits. Go for damage.
And the damage is 7.
7. Yeah. How do you want to do it with him?
We haven't had a hard one like this for a
So
while.
like, so yeah, as the blood like reverses and splashes back into his face, I'll like use the wheel behind me and maybe like back kick off it to get a bit of height and swing down with my hammer.
Nice.
And slam it through his head.
Nice. You just hear a crush and a gush as all the water that's trapped in his body just spills out, with like his mass just crumbling underneath your heavy hammer. The crew, both those two are going to have a shot. Was there anything else, Carrick? Sorry.
Nope. Wait, that was one hit, though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Sorry, you got another hit, and you've got your skeleton. Sorry.
So I've got another. Yeah. So, is it just this person now?
The spawn's on the other vessel. Yes. And there is another drowned at the
Oh,
top of
there
the
is
ship.
the one-day pie card as well. How much do they have? 30, the skeletons.
Yeah. 25, 30. You can
so-
get to here. You can get your skeleton up there. With a few
Yeah.
diagonals.
But
Yeah.
Oh. Right. Well. Yeah. I'll move myself there, I guess.
Okay.
And leave.
An attack with its short sword.
Oh, wait. I can throw something else, can't I? As a secondary.
It's a long way at disadvantage with the mist.
Right. To throw at this person.
Yes. You can chuck something if you want.
I mean,
Give it a pot shot.
It's still worth doing, isn't
In
it?
fact, no, you can't because your multi-shot only works if you make 2 melee attacks, doesn't it? Not a melee and a ranged.
Oh, that's what I was asking. I didn't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think
This
multi-attack
is-
is just 2 melee. I think.
Whenever you take an attack action on your turn.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. It would say melee, but it's just melee.
Okay, so I mean, oh good. Oh, that looks the same. I was like, I don't want to throw a javelin. That's shit. So I'll grab. Oh fuck! It's got 20 range there. Where's she? 30. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20,
25.
Yeah. Alright, fuck. I'll throw a fucking javelin then. Right, so I'll throw a javelin at that one.
Okay, make a check with disadvantage.
Yeah, dispatched it, sir.
Mhm.
Fuck. 10.
10. Okay, misses. But you hear it just fly into the mist, and as it does, it just comes and obscures your view too much to know whether it hit. Didn't.
And then I will
Then
use
skeleton.
the skeleton to take a melee attack at
Roll a d20 plus 4.
That's fun. And 14.
Yes, so roll 1d6 plus 2.
And that's an 8.
Okay, nice. So another good hit, which you just hear coming from the other side with your mind controlling it. And as it's now the crew's turn, a few things happen. You see Laurel and the 2 crew members at the top all draw and slash into the drowned beast at the top, which pierces him and cuts him down. The other members of the crew, you see them shove as hard as they can against the other vessel and begin to make a gap between. As Sigil jumps back onto the winch and changes your position. The crew member at the back spinning the wheel, and your ship beginning to veer away from the other one. This beast up here is dead.
Are we still in combat turns?
We are now technically out of combat.
Okay. As we start getting a bit of distance from that other boat, I'm gonna throw a fireball at it.
Okay, nice. So you begin to veer away as everyone comes into action, and you see the ship just ebb into the mist. What range would you like to throw it?
Well,
It's going to be disadvantaged because it gets consumed into mist.
I would like to do it.
But you're trying to do it. If you do
Before
it,
it
I'd say if you do it
disappears.
within like 15 feet, then it's
Oh, that's that close.
yeah.
Oh shit.
It's like you didn't see it till it got within like 15 feet range.
Okay. Well, that's fine because fireball is just a 20-foot radius.
Okay. So you like
So as
you
soon
got
as it gets
15 feet between you and it just
just as
starts
it
to ebb
starts
away.
like
and you,
disappearing into the mist, I just
back
like
up.
everybody get down, and I just like fling this small like mote of flame, and it like I like to think it just like disappears into the mist, and then like a few seconds later, like it all lights up.
Yeah, you see the silhouette of the vessel in the firelight that just sparks up the mist, almost like when lightning strikes through a cloud and you just get that huge rippled light coming through.
But that's
As
at
it
that
does.
distance, there would definitely be like a shockwave, and like
Yeah,
it would definitely
and your
like,
boat
blow
just
us all back a
lists
little bit.
heavily to port side as it sort of, but it catches your sail as well and almost gives you like a speed boost as you venture off. And as soon as you get sort of 30 to 40 feet, and as you gain away, the mist has cleared completely and the night sky is now above you. Everyone panting heavily after the battle. I need anyone who was attacked by the drowned to make a constitution save, please.
Who was?
21.
21.
13.
13. Okay. Go with me.
Yeah, advantage against poison there if it's poison.
Okay. As you look at your wounds where it's just caught the skin, you see both of you sort of look down and see a weird hue of blue around the surface, but it doesn't seem to bother you too much. You sort
This
of
is fine.
patch up as you would normally, and you have no other effects.
That's good to hear.
The crew gather round, beginning to check each other over. Sunny comes up to the group of you who are now, I assume, close together. I didn't see that one coming. But we fended it off.
I don't think anyone
Yeah.
did.
Near-
I've
near
heard
port.
rumours of ghost ships like that, but I've never seen one. Really like.
Goat ship.
I don't think I ever want to see one again. Well, and he just sort of sits on one, like sits down on the deck. It's the shock.
I'll have the skeleton come
Easy
over and
everything.
put his hand on his shoulder and just pat him.
Instantly brings his hook and sort of smashes it up into it, chipping
Say,
off a
Mr.
bit of it.
Scarrig, throw that thing overboard. It's unsettling the men.
I thought it could be useful for a while. We might be
Hey,
able
got
to,
a new pet.
I don't know, have him perform menial tasks.
Get him to scoop up their dead bodies and throw them, and then throw himself in.
Yes, if you want to put him to good use, have him clean this mess.
Right,
What you do?
and he'll do that.
And he goes round and scoops over. Do you tell him not to scoop the crew member?
Yeah, no, yeah, leave,
Yeah,
leave
definitely
the
tell
crew
him to
alone.
drag the
It
start
begins-
dragging the crew member.
He begins to pick up the crew member and start taking him over, and someone's like, "Whoa, not that one!" He sort of puts him back on the deck.
Oh,
Got such little arms. Such a
take
big
it they
head.
can't talk.
No. I think you just communicate with it like telepathically, don't you? But I don't think it communicates with you. You just command it, don't you? The night air comes by as the crew tends to their wounds. Everyone just shaken but happy that there were so few casualties. The crew member, Tom, he is laid at the back of the ship covered with
Tom.
an old sail.
Oh, he was the other one.
He
His
He
name
was
I
my
remembered.
favorite. He was the only one I remember.
We knew him so well. He's laid at the front of the vessel, wrapped in one of the old sails, and a few of the other crew members who knew him well say some words before they lift him and throw him over the side.
Styles, what kind of place are you taking us to here? Fucking goat ships?
Just, I didn't experience this the first time. I think it's just us, it's the Mr. Men. We always, I said guaranteed excitement, didn't I?
Well, it was definitely exciting. I've heard tales of songs of ghost ships. I mean, I didn't think it'd be real.
What was that creature up at the bow that had the elvish fella?
That is a good question, Mr. Styles. Ozzy, have you ever seen such a creature?
Oh, it's like an undead thing. We've come across undead before, haven't we?
Yes,
A
but
vampire spawn, so.
yeah, make I'd say history. You can either do history or intelligence. See whether you can discern from its features what you saw through the mist, what it is, or historically whether you've ever dealt with anything like that before.
14.
In which one?
History.
History. You've had tales of undead who feed off the living. But sightings are few and far between, and it's more a myth and old wives' tale.
That one seemed to be different. Seemed like it was going for your neck. Like it wanted to.
Laurel comes over. His grasp was so strong. I tried to, but yes, I think if. And he turns to you, Picard. Did you use some magic?
Yes, I did. It was all me. Thank you for recognizing. I dispelled it. So you are welcome.
And he
Did
sits. Sorry, go on.
Did it get you? Did it scratch you? Did it hurt you?
You see him sort of move his long silver hair out the way. I don't think so. I don't feel any pain. And
I say, of course it didn't hurt him, Mr. Styles. I saved him
As I'm
in the nick of time.
As he's like checking his body and looking, I'm like looking at his tattoo.
you see now there's a second one on his other hand, a red ink tattoo. And he's like,
These tattoos are amazing.
"Oh, thank you.
Great art. Great artwork. The art's definitely not underfunded where you're from.
Well, I don't think you know quite where I'm from then. Perhaps while we make way to our destination, we should drink. Life is a precious commodity, and I feel we have survived this one at least."
Sure, I'd love to hear more about you. Where you're from?
And after a few sort of minutes, as everyone else sort of tends themselves and courses are continuing, things are getting back on track, you gather round on the deck. The stars now clear above, the weather cool as the breeze comes over. You've made the decision to travel on rather than wait for this vessel to come back. You sit round on the deck, a few crates, a few barrels, and a bottle of rum is popped and small measures poured into each glass. I don't know how much you know about people like me, but
Bosuns?
I haven't always been a bosun.
Oh.
My kind are often treated differently from others. My father was a sea elf, hence my heritage.
Is he
My
an
mother-
elf? Is he?
He's half elf.
Half elf. Okay.
My mother was a slave. Slave for the sea princes. Back when slavery was a lot more popular than it is now, thank the gods. My father rescued my mother when she worked the plantations, and when I was born he smuggled me out at a young age and took me to the sea. My whole life I've been traveling and trying to avoid danger, and I relish the small things in life, the small daybreaks, every star in the sky. I'm glad I can share this moment with all of you, even though we have lost one. And
Yes, poor Tom.
he'll be with St. Cuthbert now. And yes, Ozzy, you mentioned my tattoos. These were a gift from a person I knew well. And gifts are made to be passed on. He looks at you, Picard. I wish for you to have this. Pulls out a small bundle and passes it across to you. The tattoos on my hands are not just for decoration. They
Oh,
protect me.
protect you how?
This one, and he sort of moves the silver one, protects me from cold, and this one from the heat.
No shit.
Hot and cold like a
I've
tap.
heard about this. Tattoos that can boost certain attributes and things.
I see.
The magic is rare, but I have managed to collate some in the book I have given you. And by God, as you unwrap the binding, I'll put this into your inventory. Try to put it in everyone's.
Yeah.
You see a red leather-bound book with gold gilded letters that says,
Oh my.
magical inks and ways to bind them to thy skin.
Cool.
Bound with the book are 3 or 4 long wooden rods, similar to a wand or something you've seen like that. However, at the end, these have a small metal tip. And there is one small glass vial in the binding. I can teach you
I'd like
how
it
to do
more.
this, if you wish, but I'm afraid I only have one, the ingredients for one tattoo.
Ah, that's most unfortunate. But yes, I would like to learn.
Would you wish me to give it to you now? It may take
Oh,
some time, but we have time.
I think I'd like to sit on it for a moment and really think about if I'm going to permanently mark my body forever. It's got to be a good one.
You get used
Well,
to
the
it. I've got a few.
Yes, I could see that.
the
Each one as
ingredients
classy
I
as the
have
rest.
are for the masquerade tattoo. It's
Oh.
towards the end of the book.
Oh. Where's the shit? Oh, that was masquerade. That. Briefly explain to me what it is. Oh wait, I found it now.
It's one of my favorites. I was going to give it to myself, but I feel I owe my life to you now, and this would
Think you
repay
do.
my debt. It can change its shape and form to anything you wish, and it allows you to disguise yourself.
Yes, that could be most advantageous. Yes.
I wonder if, just putting it out there, I wonder if our rogue would benefit from that.
Oh. Well, I don't.
Well,
know.
it would be up to Master Picard. It is to him I owe the debt, I'm afraid.
Well, I am very grateful for the offer, and I did save your life in a heroic stance. But my concern with a spell that changes my appearance is, why would I want to change my appearance? I'm gorgeous. But
I see.
Mr. Ozzy makes an excellent point. There is a member of our party who, roguish as he may be, he would benefit from such an ability. And dare I say, he may use it to save my life one day. We can only hope. So, so I say, Mrs. Styles, would you like this young chappie to ink you up?
It's only the size of a hand or foot, and I could place it on your hand if you wish. They say it's one of the few that you can change the appearance of.
Can I ask, this book, is this all there is? Is there more
No,
to be
this is
discovered?
all I have found so far
Oh,
since
wow.
since the being that showed me I've gathered all the knowledge I could, but I believe there are more out there.
Damn, that's interesting.
What are the ingredients required for such magical ink?
Well,
Is
the
there what's
base.
listed below? Like, so it says Nightingale's Song and Peacock Comb.
Oh,
That's
so you
the
need those specific.
The ink is made from a
Things.
carrier fluid, which is. I wrote the recipe at the top, the first page, but after that you need particular plants, and
Hmm.
the way it seems to work is the ink. The ritual of making the ink binds the magic into there, and then the needle transports that from the vial to the skin, I believe.
I see.
I have found only magic users are really able to have the control to deliver it well.
Well, I've always wanted a tattoo, but never been able to pick a design I like. So a tattoo that can change seems a good idea.
Wow, that sounds perfect.
Yes.
Well then, by the light of the night stars, we'll get to work. And he sort of pushes over another measure of rum. You may want this. Long and painful. Luckily it's small. What design do you wish for the initial tattoo?
My face. Pick my face.
Not Ozzy's face. I'm sure. I don't. I think the size
Pie
of my
Cat
hand
is
wouldn't
the
do it
captain. In big bold letters.
any justice. I've seen many a sailor with like a small bird, like a swallow.
I see. I've seen that too. Then brace yourself. And I'll get started. And you see him, and over the course of the next 2 to 3 hours, as the ship sails on, he explains the way that the needle absorbs the ink and sucks it up, and you have to go through and do your design in a simple way. After that, you have the small image of a swallow around your hand, in black line work, with a little bit of shading where he's managed to pull it off. And you feel, when the tattoo is complete, the magic seep into you, and it almost shapeshifts. The bird wings begin to flap, and then it settles. You now have the masquerade tattoo on your body, and you can add it to your character sheet. I'm sorry I could not give you all one, but some of these things are hard to find.
No, that is perfectly fine. You've served as well.
Well, it looks like we need to keep an eye out not only for some of these ingredients, but
Yes.
the instructions as well.
Yes. And if our paths cross again, maybe you can teach me more.
Indeed.
Oh god, I just typed tattoo into manage inventory, and there's so many different tattoos you can get.
What are they on? Where?
Don't metagame.
Oh, this looks
It's like an inventory thing. It's like an item, basically. You add it to your item list.
Oh,
So as the night sails on, you drink,
that's cool.
I'd assume, till the early hours of the morning. Some of the sailors begin to sing, their voices carrying across the waves. And as the light falls above the horizon, rises above the horizon, you see a land mass approaching.
Ooh.
You've reached the Faros Islands. And that is where we will finish tonight's session.
Ooh, doggy.
Mermaids' caverns.
Oh no.
Oh, baby. I
Can't
want to
be
go
good.
there.
What a beautiful place.
It's so cool. Dragon's Rock. Oh my god, there's loads of new area unlocked.
We mean Burning Rock. Where's Dragon's Rock?
Up at the top.
You can
Higher.
scroll up, yeah, it's quite a long one.
Mm,
Yeah, my god.
Also, I believe you're all level 6, aren't you?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit.
What's
As we
that?
venture onto our next journey, You may need to increase that.
Oh, I'm going to do it
And
right
there's-
now.
As the current chapter of Saltmarsh closes, and your journey comes to the Faros Islands, you level up to level 7.
Oh, damn, Daniel. Oh, I think I get 4th level spells. Oh, I do. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I get polymorph.
Oh, Christ.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if there's anything that's game breaking, just let me know. Prep for it.
I'm gonna turn into
Cool.
a dragon. Although I think
Good
there
luck,
is a limit to what I can turn into. Yeah, that was good. That
Yeah.
fucking ghost ship. That was cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.